Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the continuation of the previous class, that is the fertilization. In the previous class we have discussed about the pre-fertilization events, isn't it? So today we are going to study about fertilization. It is the second event in sexual reproduction and it is the most important event of sexual reproduction, and fertilization is also called as syngamy. The process of fertilization also called as syngamy, and in fertilization the fusion of male and female gametes occur. The fusion of male and female gametes. Female gametes occur, and by fertilization the diploid zygote is formed. A diploid zygote is formed by the fusion of male and female gamete. Okay, that process is called as fertilization, and there is some exception in the case of rotifers, honeybees, some lizards, and in birds like turkeys. The female gamete, that is ovum, is directly developed to form a new organism without undergoing fertilization. That means in some organisms like rotifers, honeybees, and some lizards, and in some birds like turkeys, the female gamete, that is ovum, is directly developed to a new organism, that is zygote. Okay, new organism without undergoing fertilization, and this process is called as parthenocarpy. Is it clear? So this is about parthenocarpy, and there are two different types of fertilization based on the occurrence of syngamy. There are two different types of fertilization, and first one is external fertilization, and the second one you can guess, that is internal fertilization. Based on the occurrence of this syngamy, there are two types, that is external fertilization and internal fertilization. The terms has its meaning, that is external fertilization, the fertilization that occurs externally or outside the body of the organism or the external medium. That is, the external fertilization occur outside the body of organism, and internal fertilization occur where? Inside the body of organism. And there is an advantage and disadvantage for this external fertilization. First, the advantage is that there shows great synchrony. What means synchrony? Yes, it means the male and female, more number of male and female gamete is produced at the same time, and there occurs the chances of syngamy higher. Okay. The advantage of external fertilization is that more number of male and female gamete is produced, and thereby the chances of occurring syngamy is also get increased. Okay, and in the case of and the major disadvantage is that more number of offsprings are produced, isn't it? So it is extremely vulnerable to predators. External fertilization is mainly seen in the case of some algae, fishes, and amphibians like frog. It is found in algae, fishes, and frog. Amphibians like frog. These are the organisms in which external fertilization occur, and the disadvantage is that the offsprings are extremely vulnerable to predators. And the internal fertilization, it is the most common fertilization that is occur in almost all higher organisms. Internal fertilization is the fusion of male and female gamete occur inside the body of organism. And the examples are all higher animals, reptiles, mammals, then all higher plants like bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm, angiosperm. These are all the examples of organisms that shows internal fertilization. Is it clear? So that's all about fertilization. And then next we moving on to the next portion, that is post-fertilization. The next event of sexual reproduction, that is post-fertilization. What is post-fertilization? That is the event that occur after the formation of zygote or the after the fertilization. It is the third event of sexual reproduction after the formation of a zygote. Okay, it comes after fertilization. And in this also there are mainly two stages or two events occur. First one is formation of zygote and the development of zygote, and also the second one is embryogenesis. First one is formation of zygote. In the formation of zygote, the diploid zygote is formed, isn't it? So, this diploid zygote is undergoing development in the later coming stages. And due to according to the formation of this zygote, as I told you earlier that there are two types of fertilization, that is external and internal. And in this case also the internal fertilization result in the formation of zygote within the body of organism. Okay, due to internal fertilization, the zygote is formed within the body of the animal, and in external fertilization the zygote is formed external medium, in the external medium like fishes, amphibians like frog, etc. Is it clear? And in some cases like algae and fungi, the zygote will produce a thick wall around it. In some cases of algae and fungi, a thick wall is produced outside the zygote for protecting it from desiccation and damages. So, it will undergo a period of rest over a period of time. Okay, it will undergo a period of rest before germination. So, this is an exception case that is found in algae and fungi. And these are all about the formation of zygote. And the next one is embryogenesis, the second event in post-fertilization, that is embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is the formation of embryos from the zygote. It is the formation of embryo from zygote. So, the zygote will undergo continuous or repeated division, cell division, that is the mitotic cell division and differentiation to produce the embryo. Okay, the zygote will undergo repeated mitotic cell division and also cell differentiation to produce an embryo. So, the cell get differentiated into many cells. Okay, The cell mean the zygote. It is differentiated into a many celled state. Then it is again differentiated into specialized cells. And this specialized cell again differentiated into tissues, then the tissues into organs, and organs into organisms. These are the levels of development of the zygote. Okay, the zygote will undergo mitotic cell division and also cell differentiation to form many celled stage, and the cells will again undergo differentiation to produce specialized cells, and this specialized cells differentiated to form tissues and likewise. Okay, a series of process is there for the development of embryo and thereby a whole organism. Is it clear? And according to the development of the embryo, there are two types of organisms based on the development of zygote. Okay. Based on the development of zygote, there are two types of organism, that is oviparous organism or oviparous animals and viviparous animals. Oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous organisms are also called as egg-laying animals. Egg-laying animals. The oviparous animals will produce fertilized or will lay fertilized eggs, and it is covered by shell, calcareous shell in a safe place. So, they lay eggs, fertilized eggs which is covered by hard calcareous shell which is kept in a safe place. That is the process of oviparous development of egg, and this fertilized egg will then develops or it will hatch out into a young one. Okay, after a period of time, this fertilized egg will hatch out into young ones. That's occurring in the case of oviparous organisms. The examples for these oviparous organisms are reptiles and birds. Okay. So, these are the examples for this oviparous organism. And then viviparous organism. In the case of viviparous organisms, the zygote is produced and developed within the body of the female parent. Okay, it is the zygote and its development occurs within the body of the female parent, and after attaining certain stage of development, attaining the stage of certain stage of development, it will deliver into a new individual from the parent. Okay, so in the case of viviparous organism, the zygote will undergo development and it is inside the body of the female parent, and after attaining certain stage of maturity or certain stage, it will deliver into a new organism. That's occurring in viviparous animals. Is it clear? The mammals and other organisms, higher organisms are viviparous in nature. Is it clear? The major advantage of this viviparous condition is there is occurring great chance of survival for the offspring. Why it is say so? Because the development and the embryonic stages of the zygote will occur inside the body of the parent, female parent. So, it is protected, it have great protection and care inside the body, so that the viviparous offspring will be more protected and safe. Okay, there is great chance of survival. And that's all about oviparous and viviparous development of zygote. And in some flowers, in angiosperm flowers, after the fertilization, the ovule will develop to seed, and the ovary will develops to fruit. These are the development occur after the fertilization in plants, that is angiosperm flowers, that is ovule is given rise to seed and ovary is developed into fruit, and by the dispersal of the seed, when it is undergo dispersal, it will germinate to form a new plant. The seed will germinate to form a new plant. That's all about post fertilization event. Okay, is it clear to you? Yes, if you have any doubt you can ask me, and the next chapter, the coming chapter, that is the sexual reproduction in flowering plants, also have the continuation of this chapter. There also discussed about the sexual reproduction in more detail. Okay, so you must read your textbook, and if you have any doubt you can ask me, and that's all for today. Thank you.